Sangeeta Patel, she's a household name, obviously, in this country and Canadian entertainment news. You know her from the countless interviews she's done with celebrities like Tom Cruise, Julia Roberts. I mean, it's a really long list. Now she's exploring new horizons, hosting a reality dating show where the contestants don't speak the same language. Take a look.
Crazy. Where are you from?
Deutschland. Alemania.
Dutch. Deutschland?
Deutschland.
Yeah. Deutschland?
Deutschland.
Deutschland.
Alemania.
Albania?
Oh, strong start. Sangeeta is joining me now to tell us more about this show. Good morning to you.
It's so good to see you.
Oh, this is fun. This seems so interesting, by the way.
It's like we're catching up.
I know.
Like, how are the kids?
I know we were.
How's everything?
The commercial break wasn't long enough for us to catch up. But I'm so excited that you're doing this. It is such an interesting concept. So you've got, what, 3 American guys?
Yep.
And a group of women who don't speak English.
Yep.
It's like a big social experiment, right?
It is. When they came to me with this idea, I'm like, this is really fascinating. Because I used to be an engineer, so anything you can test out is great. So the idea is that 90% of our communication is nonverbal, so that we take that to the test, and we test all your senses. And the first one, if you watch the first episode, it's fascinating because the guys don't know what they're getting themselves into, and they're trying to figure out how they're going to communicate with the girls. And I take them through this one test of looking into your eyes, gazing into someone's eyes for 2 minutes straight. And I'm like, I don't remember the last time I've ever done that. I don't think I've ever done that. Yeah. And it's really interesting to see how you actually talk with your eyes.
Yes.
You can actually send messages. And there's a point where one of the guys is like, actually falling for one of the girls.
You know what's so interesting? You're just reminding me of, like, during pandemic days.
Yeah.
We were all wearing masks, and I realized how much emphasis I put on staring at somebody's face and their facial movements, right?
Yeah.
It's so interesting.
Yeah, so we're gonna try all the different senses and see how it goes.
This must have been so interesting for you to watch, too. You had, like, a front row seat to all of it.
Yeah, so, like, after I finish, they tell me to go home, so I don't know what's going on. So I'm watching the show with you, and I'm like, oh, that's what happened? And there's one episode at the end where there's talking to the girls, and they have the IFB, and they're like, ask her why she slept with him the night before. I'm like, what? So I'm living the moment with everybody as they're watching the show.
And you're watching people hopefully fall in love.
Yeah.
Did it sort of take you back to you meeting your husband? That was what, 20
years? 26.
What are you?
26 years together, but married 20 years.
Oh, yeah, my husband and I have been together for 20 years, too.
So, yeah, and it makes you do think about, like, what was that one thing? And I want people to think that, too, when they watch a show. What was that thing that made you have that connection? And for me, it was Sam's smile. Yeah. I remember, listen, I was at a club.
Yeah, I was going to say, where were you? What was happening?
I'm like, that guy's not from Toronto. He's not from here. And I looked over, I'm like, yeah, he's got a nice smile. And then did long distance, and here we are, 20 years. And I still think we're in, like, honeymoon phase.
Oh, that's great. Well, and you get a window into that with your social media, which has been so lovely for all of us to see you share your family with everybody. And not just your family, but you're sharing your health journey as well. I want to ask you about that because you did share publicly your diagnosis with thyroid cancer. Was that tough to be so transparent with the public?
It was so important to me to, like, bring this forward because Again, I share a lot, and then, you know, when you press that button, you're like, I don't know. I don't know if I want to put this out there. I'm not sure if I have to. And then it's part of who I am now. It is a story, and I'll be working with the hospital to help fundraise more. And I think a lot of women go through it, and it was, and I'm still going through it. You know, it wasn't the greatest diagnosis. I thought this is the cancer you want to get. This is the one we could, you know. And unfortunately, I still have to do another surgery. I have to go through radiation, but I'm in positive spirit. And if I can help one person, then I've done my job.
And I'm sure you had countless messages from people.
Oh, the love and the response, and how many people are actually going through it is kind of crazy. And I'm glad I'm able to bring some of those uncomfortable conversations forward to hopefully help somebody.
How are you feeling now?
I'm great. I'm doing great. Yeah. I'm doing really well. And again, it's that feeling that joy doing this to being with the family and hanging out with the girls, and it's been great, Can
we talk about how unfit I feel when I'm watching your social media? Like, I love it. I'm like, you are amazing. And especially like the challenges that you do with your husband, the fitness and dance stuff. Does he love doing that with you? You must.
Oh gosh, he rolls his eyes every time. I give him this look and he walks away. Then he's like, fine, let's just get this done with. But we have so much fun doing it. We're laughing, we're having a, you know, and then he's so determined to make sure it's perfect too. He's like, okay,
I love that.
Let's try one more time. Let's try one more time.
And how do you approach? You're like, okay, I'm gonna show you something. We're gonna do this today. Is that the thing?
The funniest part is people DM these ideas ideas to me and they send it to me and I'm like, oh, I got to try this with Sam. I have to. And I have this hashtag called Poor Sam every time. But it's so much fun. It's so much fun. But Fitness Tuesday, I started the hashtag 10 years ago, actually. 10 years just to motivate women, especially to say it's okay to prioritize yourself. So that's the messaging behind it, just having fun with it.
Yeah, and it is. There's so much joy that you exude. Thank you for being here today. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You can watch Love and Translation on the TLC channel or Max. We'll be right back. Sangeeta, thank you.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.